Hello everyone, how are you? This is part 4 of solving paper 1 multiple choice number 12 February-March 2024. In the previous 3 videos we finished until question 30. Today we're going to complete from 31 till 40, okay? So, yeah, this is the... Here, let me start. So, question 31 says, the table gives information about 4 nuclei. Which nuclei are isotopes of the same element? Remember, we know that isotopes are atoms of the same element that have the same proton number and different nucleon number or different mass number. In other words, we can say they have the same number of protons but different number of neutrons, okay? So we notice that 2 and 3, they have the same proton number, 27, 27. So 2 and 3 are isotopes. So it's option C. 31 is C, okay? Question 32. Which apparatus is used to measure background radiation? Background radiation. Of course, let me remind you, background radiation is the radiation that we have everywhere, which means that it doesn't need to have like a radioactive source. It exists everywhere. Like now, where you are sitting, there is a background radiation. So do we need a counter, detector, and a source? No, we don't need a source, okay? Counter and detector only. Yeah, this is possible. Let's see a counter and a source. No need for source, okay? Because it exists everywhere. No need for a source, okay? It's in our environment. So option B is correct, okay? Now question 33. They say, which row correctly identifies the nature of each radioactive emission? The nature. We all know that alpha is identical to the helium nucleus, beta is identical to the electron, and gamma is an electromagnetic radiation, okay, or wave. So, they say alpha, so here helium, helium, okay. For beta, here I have electron, electron. For gamma, electromagnetic wave, electromagnetic wave. So we can see that option C is correct, okay? I hope it's clear. Question 34. A nucleus spontaneously emits radiation and becomes a nucleus of a different element. Okay? So what could be the emitted radiation? The emitted radiation that causes a different element is actually either alpha or beta, because gamma doesn't change the nucleus, okay? Maybe the emission of gamma makes it more stable, yeah, but it doesn't change it to another isotope, okay? So it's option A. Now, question 35, it says, the diagram shows a lead-lined box used for storing a radioactive source. Okay, why is the inside of the box lined with lead? Of course, we use the lead, let me remind you, to protect us. Like you see this in the boxes that we transfer radioactive materials, or maybe in any lab or any facility that we're doing some nuclear reactions. So to protect ourselves and our environment from the radiation, we use the lead. So it's actually for protection. In A, they say it helps the source to stay radioactive for longer. No. It makes the box heavier. No. It makes the radioactive source more stable. No. Indeed, they say it reduces the amount of radiation that can escape from the box. This is correct. Question 36. A student draws a simplified diagram showing the sun and different movement of the moon and the earth. Which arrow represents a motion taking 365 days to complete? The 365 days is actually the rotation of Earth around the sun, right? So it's a full year. It is A. Okay, the motion around the sun. This is it. Okay. Okay. Question 37. The table gives information about 4 of the planets in our solar system. 2 of them are gaseous and 2 of them are rocky. Let's remember, we know already that the solar system contains of 8 planets. This is the sun. Okay, as we know, we have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So the first 4 are rocky, okay, and the next 4 are gaseous. EOUS. Okay, so how do we solve this question? Depending on the distances, which 2 of them has the smallest distance? Of course, here I have 10 to the power 7, so 3 is one option. Then I have here 10 to the power 8, 10 to the power 8, which is the smallest. It's the second one, right? So it's actually planets 2 and 3, which is option C. Okay, I hope it's clear. So please pay attention here. They're asking about the rocky planets. Question 38 says, which row shows the most common elements in the sun and the regions of electromagnetic spectrum which most of the sun's energy is radiated? We all know that most elements in the sun are actually hydrogen and helium, right? So A and B are wrong. Of course, this I should be memorizing it. Okay, hydrogen and helium. Also, regarding the regions of electromagnetic spectrum in which most of the sun's energy, there are 3 regions. We have infrared, we have visible light, and we have ultraviolet. Okay, the 3 of them has the most energy of the sun. So which option here? They say in D, infrared and visible. Okay, so option D. Okay, I hope it's clear. Of course, these 3 I should also memorize them. Okay. Question 39. What is the meaning of a light year? I hope you know the definition of a light year, which is the distance traveled by light in 1 year, which is, I guess, option A, the distance the light travels in space in 1 year. It's an easy question. We should only know the definition. Remember, light year is a unit of distance. It's not a time, it's a distance. Okay. Question 40. What is the approximate diameter of the Milky Way? This number also I should memorize. Yes, you should know that it is 100,000 light year. And pay attention to the question. This is the diameter. Okay, maybe if they ask you about the radius, they will put like 50,000. So please pay attention to the question. So it is option D. I hope it's clear. This is the last part of this paper. Please feel free to ask any question you have. And we're going to complete other papers in the next videos. Have a nice day. Bye bye.